this?
Yeah. I don't want this to be a brag session.
Oh, you've earned it.
Exalting me.
You've earned it. You know,
That it's my doing, because it's not my doing, it's what Christ has done through all of us, not only me, but through you too. And I just want to tell a few experiences that I've had. I love to read the Word, and I actually get excited in the morning, because when we come up from breakfast, I sit down in my chair and I read, and you can prove that with Dad, because he goes to sleep. But anyway, I love to read the Word, and I get excited when I'm coming up with my walker to the room, and I'm going to read the Word. And this month, it's wonderful. I read the book of Romans. It talks about righteousness, talks about being glorified in Him. It talks about love, do good to your enemies. All these things are so important with us. So I just get excited when I think that I'm going to sit down. And usually you read about 3 chapters, because it's a regular program that I got from Keith. But anyway, I started this reading the Word through my mother. I was in high school, and I noticed that every morning I come down, there on the kitchen table was my mother's Bible open. And I thought, you know what? She's been reading the Bible. I should do that too. And that's how I got started reading the Bible at between 6 and 7 every morning. And I've kept that up through the many years I've lived. And I just get such a blessing out of reading what God has to say to me today. I take it very personally. And I would challenge every mother to make examples like that will impress your children. And not that you want to impress them, but you want to teach them. And I think that that's a good thing for us as mothers to do. I remember one time I was sitting in my office and reading the Word, and I saw out of the corner of my eye the handle on the door turn, and I thought, oh, somebody's coming in. And it was very early, and a little head stuck in, a little blonde boy, Kent. He said, "Oh, are you busy, Mom?" And I thought to myself, I am busy. But I ran and grabbed him and hugged him, and he wanted to go then. But I'll never forget that little head sticking his head in and out the door and saying, "Are you busy, Mom?" Evidently he thought I was, because he asked about it. So I think we can all be examples of praying and reading the Word in the morning as mothers and parents. There's the, I can't read my writing. When I was about 8 years old, we attended a Baptist church, and we had a wonderful Sunday school teacher. I think that sometimes our churches nowadays have kind of taken the Sunday school out, and I think a Sunday school is such an important, because my teacher was a good one, and she made us 7 girls memorize 4 Psalms by heart. Have you ever tried to memorize 4 Psalms at the same time? It's pretty hard. But I can still repeat them today. I get mixed up in the last one, because it seemed like the last one was the one that I didn't remember as well. But I can do the first Psalm, the 23rd, the Psalm of the Lord's Prayer, and also, I couldn't find in my concordance where, maybe you can help me. I will look up onto the hills that giveth me strength. No, the strength comes from the Lord. What one is that? Everybody, let me know. Nobody? I thought surely.
Mom, what? I think it's 126.
126, Psalms 126.
I don't know, I don't
I-
remember.
yeah.
126? Well, good. But anyway, picture like here again.
Miss Ditmore made Kent and I memorize that.
Oh, really?
Right, Kent?
121.
121.
I want to tell you an experience I had about maybe a month ago, maybe not quite a month, and I even told the kids about it, most of them. I woke up and I was anxious, I was worried, because Kurt was gonna have an exam to see what he had wrong with his innards. And it could have been cancer. And I thought to myself, oh boy, I'm anxious about that. Lord, why am I anxious? I asked you to hear my prayer and answer it. Why am I anxious? Tell me, Lord. He said, I did tell you. I did tell you that everything was going to be okay. And you didn't believe me. I thought, I didn't? Yeah. The next night I woke up again, the same thing, and the Lord said to me, believe me, trust in me, because it's gonna be fine. You're not gonna worry about it anymore. And you know, from that time on, I did not worry. I don't know if he just took it completely away, or he knew that I get anxious and I get upset about things, and I need to leave it with him. He's gonna take care of us. If I could just remember that. It's really something to learn. Now, I have a book, a little book, that is called my prayer book. My prayer book. It isn't of the prayers, but it has names of people that I pray for every day. And every one of you, even the little girls, are on my prayer book. The names are in my prayer book. It reminds me to pray for you. And I was so proud to put Cassidy's name because she's a musician. I don't know what happened to the rest of the children. But anyway, I'm just so thrilled when someone says, Nan, pray for this or pray for that. It goes right in my book, and you can be assured that I do it daily. And I do spend quite a bit of time in prayer, but it's a meeting with the Lord that He gives me, that I get to know Him better every day, and I get to pray and help people that want me to pray for them. And I would suggest that you do that. I would suppose in my prayer book right now, there's over 200 names in it of people that have asked me to pray, starting out with the family and nephews and nieces, and, well, anyway, friends. And I've had a big list of friends that have passed away lately. And it's just been almost, I don't say outstanding because it isn't outstanding. But I pray for the widows and the children. And it's one that I love to do because I know I'm helping someone out with their spiritual life. So, light.
Anna.
So I hope that this little experience that I have had will help you to love to pray and to study the Word and get to know the Lord better each day.
Amen.
I keep thinking about Mom praying. Peggy, remember when I had that green car and it would just stop working? And what would I say?
Too hot or too cold?
It was either too hot or too cold. And I'd say, don't worry, Mom's praying. Didn't we, how many times we never got stuck? It would shut down.
Miraculously.
It always started. And then I stopped having that car because I think that's when Keith and Judy, I got the car that you guys had.
You get the little silly.
And so then Kent says, I want that car. He comes to pick it up And Kent, you pick up the story. What happens to that green
Dies.
car? What?
It dies.
It dies and it never works again. I said, Kent, you didn't say mom stopped praying for that car for him. She didn't know Kent was going to get the car. Yep.
Next song was